Tonight in Chicago, 20 billboards are up attacking rappers for degrading and sexist language. The anti-rap ads are the result of one man's work, a Chicago priest who decided to take action after Don Imus got fired. He realized that Imus's insulting words against the Rutgers University women's basketball team are the same words rappers use every day. You're going to hear some of those lyrics in our next report, so I want you to be ready for it. That's called a warning. Keith Oppenheim has a story now from the Windy City.
Hit the streets of Chicago's South Side, then look up. In 20 places around the neighborhood, you'll see this, a billboard. It says, "Stop listening to trash," and on an image of a garbage can, it lists the names of these rap artists: Fat Joe, Lil Wayne, Nelly, 50 Cent and G-Unit, Twista, Snoop Dogg, and Ludacris. The campaign was launched by Father Michael Pfleger, a Southside Catholic priest known for his activism against violence.
So what we see behind us, Father, is your attempt to have a conversation about lyrics in rap music?
It's two. It's one, to have a conversation, and it's two, to say that we ought to draw a line to say disrespecting of women is not acceptable.
To make it clear what Father Pfleger is talking about, we're going to use and show some language we normally bleep out. In particular, the words bitch and hoe, common in the world of hip-hop. This is Lil Wayne. This is Ludacris. This is 50 Cent. Father Pfleger says when words like that become acceptable, it encourages a mentality that women are mere objects.
You open up the next level for domestic violence or for abuse. Those become the natural next levels. If I have no respect for you, then what I do to you is immaterial to me.
On the steps of Father Pfleger's church, I talked to some young people between the ages of 11 and 15 about the effect of rap lyrics.
And you just begin to say the words, and then before you know it, you calling somebody out their name or something.
What is the name that you hear that's used for women in most rap songs that you hear from the guys we talked about?
Bitches and hoes.
Okay. Is that funny? No, seriously.
No, because that's what they call them. They think it's cute. They make songs about women. That's not right, and women shouldn't be criticized the way they are.
But not everyone agrees the vocabulary of rap has such a bad influence. This is the music of a Chicago-based hip-hop group called Qualo. They told me Father Pfleger is unfairly targeting rappers.
For the father to say that the language they use is having such a terrible effect on the community is an admittance of the inadequacy on the part of parents to parent their own children. Because if our words have more influence over your kids than yours do, then that's your problem, not ours.
Still, Qualo members agreed the controversial words are used too much in rap. But they suspect the billboards will have exactly the opposite of their intended effect. They will encourage kids to listen to the artists on the trash can more. Father Pfleger says it's time to take a stand.
Somebody has to say it's not right. Now, we can argue it, we can discuss it, but I want to be very clear to say it's not right to degrade women. And we ought to be a society that says not acceptable.
This priest says he's not condemning a whole genre of music. He just feels it's his job to advertise against what he says are words that hurt. Keith Oppenheim, CNN, Chicago.
Father Pfleger says he raised $4,000 in donations for the billboards, and they'll stay up for 2 more months. So, is the message on these billboards getting through? Stay with us. My next guest, rapper Shala Esquire, says he's offended by the billboards. And later, the guy who's actually offered Paris Hilton a teaching job? What in the world is he thinking? America, we're talking about rappers who degrade women. And we just told you about the Chicago priest who's taken out billboards attacking rappers for their sexist lyrics. Joining me now is a rapper who says those ads have it all wrong. Shala Esquire is with the Chicago-based group Qualo. Now, Shala, I got to ask you something because I'm trying to understand this. And I want to put up on the screen one of the lines from one of your songs. It says, "I left a hoe in bed sucking her thumb." Now, why would you speak about a woman in that way?
Okay, first of all, I did not say that I was offended by the billboards.
Okay.
So that's a media slang. All right. Now repeat that line because it's 4 of us. Qualo is 4.
Okay.
So
I left her home in bed
today.
sucking her thumb.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because that's what she was and that's what I did.
But see,
so it's not referring to women as hoes. It's referring to that person.
But here's what I'm trying to figure out, though. If you were walking down the street and someone called your mother that, or called your sister that, or let's say called your daughter that, will your response be, hey, he's just making the statement, it's really no big deal? Would you be offended?
Yeah, because none of them are hoes.
Okay.
But if somebody called a hoe, then it'd be what it is.
But Shala, come on now. Come on now. You know that it's sexist.
Let's go, baby.
Come on, no, but you know it's sexist. And why would you refer to women that way? Why? What's the value of it?
Okay, you're saying we refer to women that way. What I'm saying is I refer to hoes as hoes, bitches as bitches, women as women, queens as queens, races as races, black men as black men, niggas as niggas. You refer to people as they represent themselves. And that is America. And that is the world. And that's what people do.
So if somebody said...
You're kind of putting words in our mouth.
No, actually I'm not. So if somebody decided to call you any one of those words based upon how you're talking tonight, you would say, well, that's just how they feel about me. Charlotte, I want to play something for you. Diana Ross, a legend in the music business. All right? We all listen to her music right now. I want to play what she said at the BET Awards just on Monday night regarding this very issue.
I want to say this, that we do not have to say the F word. We do not have to pump and grind. We do not have to do some of these things to have longevity in our career.
Now, here's a legend in the music industry, somebody who, again, we listen to her stuff, it's considered classic music. You're putting out music that's being distributed all across the world, and people are making determinations based upon that. How can you just sit here and say it's really no big deal? I'm not really referring to all women. It is sexist. It is wrong.
I'm not saying it's no big deal, and I'm not saying, all I'm saying is...
But why do you justify it? Why do you justify it?
First of all, Diana Ross would not have made that statement if the problem did not exist. So she's telling women, or whether she's telling women who degrade themselves that they don't have to. So that proves our point. That proves rap's point. We are only telling you what is so. That's it. We should talk about, let's stop like trying to attack rappers. Let's talk about America. Let's talk about the culture of America, and let's talk about what creates this. Let's talk about the violence that we all enjoy.
Shala, we've been talking
about some real issues.
Shala, we do talk about those issues, but the reality is there are people who listen to this music and they are offended. And look, sexism did not begin with hip-hop. We all know that. But you are advancing it. You are no different than the porno magazines, and it is offensive and it is wrong. And frankly, you should be more respectful when it comes to women. Now, come on. You can't buy it.
Okay.
You can't buy it. Okay. You just can't just toss it out there.
Look, on one side, the song you're referring to is Pockets, and we're saying watch your pockets to watch these kind of women if you listen to the whole song, number one. Number two, we have a song called Coco that celebrates the beauty of women of color. This is Qualo you're talking to. You're not talking to some ignorant rap group.
Shala, I understand that, but that's the dysfunction with music. On one song, you say, let me celebrate them. With another song, let me degrade them. What I'm saying is, I want you to celebrate them completely and not degrade them. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate you joining us, man.
Dude, do you even listen to hip-hop? Do you ever sound like
Hey, Shala, I'm 38 years old. I listen to hip-hop all my life, and what I'm saying is I know offensive when I hear offensive. But I certainly appreciate you joining us, explaining your side. Thanks a bunch. Hey, folks, next, what everybody's been talking about endlessly this week, Paris Hilton out of jail.